The Rams hit the road to face one of their biggest rivals. Bluefield looks to knock down the Milligan Buffaloes here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Hello everybody, Bailey Engel here. Glad to have you with us as the Rams are trying to bounce back from a tough loss at home at the Dome just a few nights ago, leading by 8 at half against the St. Andrews Knights. Unfortunately for the Rams, they could not hold on and get the victory against another AAC team. That snapped a 2-game winning streak, and it doesn't get easier here as the Rams right now 8-8, 7-5 in the AAC, while Milligan sits at 11-3, 9-1 in the conference at the moment. Their only loss in the AAC was in that 3-game losing skid to the Bryant College Lions, and this is a team head coached by Rich Aubrey that is very, very talented with 10 seniors on their roster this season, led by Sarah Robinson. Got a couple of these players that average in double figures, but Sarah Robinson leads them with about 11 points per game, but she stepped back a few nights ago in their win against Purnell. Now this Buffaloes team has won 2 games in a row. Kaylee Ghost, the Gate City, Virginia native, averaging 10.7 points per game. That's a stat that's been padded because she scored 24 in the win against Purnell just a few nights ago as the Rams look to play well against Milligan here at the Steve Lacy Fieldhouse in Milligan, Tennessee. This is a team that really has been able to beat Bluefield in the past. The last time the Rams went here, it came down to one final possession, and unfortunately for Bluefield, they could not convert. Let's take a look at that starting lineup for the Bluefield College Rams. Danae Cox wearing number 0, the senior from Richmond, Virginia. She'll get the start for Bluefield, leading the Rams this year in scoring at 15 points per game. Fresh transfer Sierra Cook, the sophomore from Chesapeake, Virginia, will get the start as the point guard, joined by another sophomore in Tiana Crockett, the sophomore from Whitville, Virginia. Courtney Kendrick averaging 11 points per game, one of 2 Rams in double figure scoring, will get the start, the senior from Charleston, West Virginia, joined by the junior and Kiara Bellanier from Richmond, Virginia. Going up against Milligan, Andy Lamb, the guard, redshirt senior from Chuckey, Tennessee. She'll get a start, also averaging in double figures. Kaylee Ghost, the junior guard from Gate City, as we mentioned, making another start, while they are led by Sarah Robinson, the senior from right here in Elizabethton, Tennessee. Mackenzie Razor, a player that averages in double figures, but the thing to look out for her, 8.6 rebounds per game, senior from Shelbyville, Kentucky. And Hannah Wyrick, the guard, a freshman from Coburn, Virginia, will get the start for Milligan. Wearing black, Buffaloes going right to left, and the Rams going left to right as Bellanier slaps the ball into the hands of Danae Cox, and we are underway here in Tennessee. Here's Sierra Cook at the top of the arc. Milligan showing up in what appears to be a zone. Danae Cox, one arm to pass into the left wing for Sierra Cook. Puts it back on the deck and lobs it up to Danae Cox. Drives left side of the paint, loops up a prayer of a layup. It's no good. Tipped and rebounded by Bellanier. Underhands Courtney Kendrick. And the Rams have their first basket on a second chance. That was almost tipped out of bounds, but now it's 2-0. Here comes Milligan going right to left at the top of the key for the Buffaloes. It will be Kaylee Ghost now on the left block. Here's Razor, puts it on the deck, spins towards the rim, and gets it off the glass to tie it up 2-2. Rams have to make sure to play tight defense. Corey Mullins always brands his team on having such a great defense now in his 6th season here for Bluefield. Sierra Cook deep at the top of the arc, 9:07 left to go in the first quarter. A good lob down low. Courtney Kendrick off the right block, hangs up a prayer, it's no good, follows her shot and gets her own rebound. Just pass in the left wing, Bellanier finds no help, and the junior loops left elbow. Kendrick rises and connects for that 15-foot jump shot. It's 4-2 in favor of the Rams. Rams have already converted twice now on a couple of shots from Courtney Kendrick, and they were second chance opportunities. Meanwhile, hooking her way to the basket is Kaylee Ghost to tie up the game at 4-4. Now the Rams wearing those white jerseys with the red letters and the red numbers on the back. Crockett, a player to watch out for from Bluefield, not afraid to pull the trigger. Danae Cox on a stutter step, drives left side of the paint, chucks up a layup, and it rims out. Rebounded going the other way by Sarah Robinson for Milligan in that black jersey. Stays put in that right wing and passes top of the key. Back up top for Ghost. Ghost lobs into the right corner, a return pass down low. She got too low, but Ghost dribbled her way out of the basket. Under the basket she was, and now takes the lead for Milligan at 6-4. 8 minutes left in the first quarter. Rams down by 2. Bluefield has missed their opening shot of each possession, and 2 of those times Courtney Kendrick has gotten it on a second chance. Crockett corrals the ball in the left wing, skates top of the key and passes into the right wing for Sierra Cook. Sophomore angles in on a left-handed dribble, drives in on the forward, and a walk is called before her shot went in. Hannah Wyrick provided the defense that made Sierra Cook think twice about that shot. And now it'll send it right back into the hands of Milligan. 6-4 the score, 7:40 left in the first quarter. Glad to have you here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bluefield trying to get a crucial conference win. At the moment, right now, 7-5 in the AAC. Milligan, 9-1 in the conference. Here's Rywick at the right wing, passes top of the arc for Andy Lamb, another player to watch out for. Her pass is tipped away and stolen by Danae Cox, going 2-on-2. Cox bounces right block, Sierra Cook angles a pass back out to Cox, shoots for three, counted. The senior hits from downtown and takes the lead for Bluefield at 7-6. Clock still rolling at 7:05 left to go in the first quarter. Meanwhile, a pass down low to Mackenzie Razor. Her layup bounces around the rim and goes out, rebounded by Bluefield. So the Rams have possession, 7-6 they lead. Up by 1 over the Milligan College Buffaloes. Sierra Cook lobs it into the left wing for the sophomore and Crockett. Driving into the right block. Her pass, or rather her shot, absolutely packed that time by Sarah Robinson, the senior from Elizabethton. Definitely a blessing for Rich Aubrey to have so many seniors on this squad. Now 10 seniors for Milligan. Bluefield playing well so far. Inbounds pass goes on the left baseline. Kendrick drives in, loops up a shot with the right hand, bounces off of the backboard and into the hands of Mackenzie Razor for Milligan. Running the point, coming up for Milligan, it was Wyrick as she passes into the near corner for Kaylee Ghost. The pressure by Bellinier with her hands up, forces a pass top of the key for Wyrick. Lobs right wing, back over for Robinson, trading back for Wyrick, top of the key. Shot clock now down to 10. Lamb feeds in the far corner. That's going to go to Ghost. Puts it back on the deck. 5 in the shot clock. Top of the key. Wyrick looks at the rim. Angles inside the paint. Floater is blocked by Bellinier. Ball is loose on the floor. And that'll be a shot clock violation. Great defensive possession for Bluefield. And that is the brand that Corey Mullins really stresses with this Bluefield College Rams team. Stops the clock at 6:07 left to go in the first quarter. Rams leading 7-6 so far in this one. Sarah Cook jogging the ball left to right in front of this press row here on the sideline. Here's Sierra Cook at the top of the arc, puts it back on the deck, feeds down low for Courtney Kendrick, drives right side, or rather left side of the basket, and is fouled in the process. That's going to be the first foul called on Milligan. Goes on Mackenzie Razor, her first and a team first, and now Courtney Kendrick will go to the line for the first free throws of the night for either team. Kendrick, a decent free throw shooter at 77%. The senior flicks the wrist and tickles the twine. Makes it 8-6. Rams are up by 2. Kendrick now with 5 points with 5:52 left to go in the first quarter. Good start for Bluefield so far as Kendrick hits both free throws. Makes it 9-6. Bluefield's largest lead of the night so far at 3 points. Top of the circle, here comes Andy Lamb on a hip-high dribble. Her pass tipped in the air and picked out by Mackenzie Razor for Milligan. Now a pass is down low, kicked by Bellinier. Rams were ready to roll on a steal there as the ball bounced off of the foot of Bellinier into the hands of Kendrick, and the referees not agreeing with that. Now Sarah Robinson feeds over to the logo for Ghost. Entry lob, Mackenzie Razor pivots it back out, lost the ball on the left block. Both players going down to the floor and forcing a tie-up. It'll be Courtney Kendrick and Danae Cox who dove in right at the last second. Possession arrow points the way of the Buffaloes. 9-6 the score, 5:33 left to go in the first quarter. 15 now on the shot clock for Milligan. Pass inbounds for Sarah Robinson, chucks up towards the air for Andy Lamb, returns into the corner for Mackenzie Razor, bounces left, block for Robinson, who drives in, and a charge is drawn by the junior Kiera Bellinier. Big time defensive effort for the junior from Verona High School. And the score is now changed to 9-7. So the scoreboard reads 9-7 rather than 9-6. So it's a 2-point lead for Bluefield instead of a 3-point lead. And the officials have yet to really confirm what happened. 9-7 the score. Rams are up by 2. 5:20 left to go. Sierra Cook nonchalantly takes the ball right across the timeline, parks it out at that big Milligan logo in the middle of the court here at Steve Lacy Fieldhouse. Cook has it back, kicks top of the key. Cox feeds over to Crockett, trading the ball around the perimeter. Bellinier, entry lob down to Kendrick, spins right, gets the basket with the foul. That's going to go on Sarah Robinson, her first and a team second, and one, and Bluefield leads 11-6 now. They took that score right away from Milligan, and it makes sense. So now it's 11-6, and Kendrick hits the free throw, make it 12-6. Bluefield leads by 6 over one of the top teams in the AAC. That's about halfway through the first quarter. 5:06 left to go here in this opening period of play. Driving the ball up, a substitute now in. It's Cassidy Anderson. Anderson on a knee-high dribble, passes into the left wing for a new player in, and Emma Kate Brown. Lob down low, it looks like a new platoon as Kaylee Ghosts' pass into the right wing is picked out of the air by her own player in Cassidy Anderson. Teal Davis also on the floor, or rather Rebecca Maxwell. Andy Lamb into the left wing, drives in, 7 on the shot clock. Danae Cox providing defense, and the shot is swished. That time by Rebecca Maxwell, 12-9 the score. She was beyond the arc. That is a 3-ball, so Bluefield leads by 3. 4:25 left to go in the first quarter. Danae Cox has it in the corner, drives in on her left hand, spins towards the basket, hangs up a prayer, it's no good. Rebound Andy Lamb for Milligan. 4:17 left to go in the first quarter, going right to left. Here comes Milligan in those black jerseys with the orange letters. Onto the right side, here's Emma Kate Brown, entry lob down to Andy Lamb, and she's fouled by Bellinier, who's standing like a stone wall but swatted the hands of the guard. 4:07 left in the first quarter, and that will send Andy Lamb to the line for the first time in this game. Meanwhile, Emily Hart ready to check in for Bluefield. Lamb, a 71% free throw shooter. Redshirt senior from Chuckey, Tennessee. 10.8 points per game, right around a 54% field goal shooter. Hart ready to check in, and the officials confirming the score because at times a ghost point really has been added to the scoreboard for Milligan. Rams were up by 6 and also up by 5 at one point, but I also think that they're trying to figure out where the possession arrow is pointed. Right now, it's at Bluefield. There was a kickball as well as a tie-up, as well as a shot clock violation. They are just still trying to figure out what the problem is. Right now, the points are in favor of Bluefield, 12-9 the score. Reminder, folks, this is the only way you can watch or even tune into this game tonight other than live stats. They do not have a video broadcast. If any of you are willing to stick around and listen to the men's game, that's the same case. Good little crowd here in Lacey Fieldhouse in Milligan, Tennessee. Of course, their students are not around yet, but it looks like here the Elizabethton, Tennessee faithful have made their way out of their homes. And this cold day in Tennessee, not as cold as it was in Bluefield. There were snow flurries when the Vans left today. Andy Lamb's first free throw bounces around and goes out. So the score remains at 12-9. Andy Lamb ready to throw this one in. Emily Hart parked down low as Andy Lamb rattles that one home to make it a 2-point game. 12-10 the score. Rams up by 2. 4:05 left to go in the first quarter. Sierra Cook still operating as the point guard. Transfer from Mid-Atlantic Christian University. Shuffles onto the logo and lobs it up into the left wing Crockett. Gets a screen. Kendrick drives towards the top of the key. Chest pass tipped and still picked away by Cox. Returns Crockett. Rises for 3. Back iron no good and rebounded in the far corner by Andy Lamb for Milligan. 3:45 left in the first quarter. Milligan tries to take the lead or tie it up here for the first time in this game. Lamb has it in the right wing, zips top of the key, goes, steps into a triple. Bad miss as it's rebounded on the left side by Danae Cox. Trying to push up the floor, going left to right, calls for help. Into the right wing she goes, passes top of the arc. Hart zips into the near corner for Crockett and feeds into the right wing. Danae Cox with 3:20 left to go in the first quarter. Cox switches over, hands on her dribble, and chest passes towards the top of the arc. Cook underhands Kendrick at the top of the arc. She sips a 3 and swishes. Courtney Kendrick so far doing very well for Bluefield. It makes it 15-10. Big time 3 for the senior. And now a 2-possession lead as Kendall Cloninger is ready to go into the game. Under 3 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Rams leading by 5. Backing in is Emma Kate Brown, and she muscles up a shot that rolls off the rim, and it's stolen away by Emily Hart on the rebound. Danae Cox gallivants her way into the right wing, backs it out, entry lob into the right block for Courtney Kendrick is swatted away by Ghost, but straight into the hands of Bluefield's Sierra Cook. Feeds over to Danae Cox, drives into the corner, a step back triple. Back iron bumping into the hands of Emma Kate Brown. A little bit of pressure in the backcourt for Courtney Kendrick, but here comes Brown across the timeline. Drives into the right wing, gets into pressure by Bluefield. Has to pass the ball out. Rebecca Maxwell underhands the ball down low to Kaylee Ghost. Pivots her way for a prayer. Misses with the left hand. Good defense by Courtney Kendrick. And as the ball rolls out of the baseline, the Rams will have the ball back with 2:14 left to go in the first quarter. Kendall Cloninger checking in for Bluefield. Emily Kaiser walks into the game for Milligan. Andy Lamb gets her first break. And Danae Cox does the same for Bluefield. So Sierra Cook has ran the point the entirety of the game so far for the Rams, leading 15-10. Glad to have you with us here on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Kendall Cloninger has it and shoots from way out. That's a pro-length three, and it's no good. Tips into the hands of Emma Kate Brown, who we saw taking some pretty healthy reps right before the game, before even any of her teammates were out here. Cassidy Anderson chucks up a prayer as well from the left wing, and it's no good. Rebound Cloninger for Bluefield. And it's going back left to right in front of the crowd that starts to accumulate here in Lacey Fieldhouse. Minute and a half remaining in the first quarter. A good drive for Cook. Gets into trouble and passes into the left wing for Crockett on a switch over dribble. She is stolen. Ball goes down into the paint, and a tie-up will result in Bluefield keeping the ball. So the Rams running the personnel right now of Crockett, Hart, Haley Turman, and Cloninger. Kara Bellinier back into the game. Crockett will get a break. Sophomore points to who Bellinier will pick up in the man-to-man defense. Cook ready to throw the ball inbounds off the left side of the basket, keeps it at her hip and passes into that far corner. 10 on the shot clock. Cloninger gives it over to Cook, who drives straight down the lane onto the right block. Angles up a shot, it's no good. Turman swats the ball out of bounds. Who was it off of? And yes, it will be Haley Turman. Minute 19 left to go in the first quarter. 15-10, Rams lead by 5. Foul's not a factor as of yet. 3 fouls for Milligan so far in this one, and only 1 for Bluefield. Running the point for Milligan, it's Cassidy Anderson, who passes Maxwell left wing, returns Anderson into the right side. Minute 4 left to go in the first quarter. A flare down low, and she stepped out of bounds on that backdoor cut. That was supposed to go to Lexi Weddle, but instead she had one of those white sneakers on that black baseline. So Bluefield gets the ball back with a minute remaining left to go in the first quarter. Sierra Cook has played the entirety of the 10 minutes for Bluefield in as the point guard, and she's matched up in the defensive pressure by Cassidy Anderson. Feeds Hart into the left wing, hasn't had a shot yet. Now from 11 feet, can't get help from the back iron. Offensive board, Kendall Cloninger, but then lost the ball as Lexi Weddle took the ball away for Milligan. 40 seconds left in the first quarter, 15-10 the score. And now around the arc they go. Weddle a chest pass into the near side for Emma Kate Brown. Drives left baseline, backing in on Cook. Her reverse layup somehow went in. She went over her shoulder for that shot. It makes it 15-10. Bluefield only up by 3 now. 18 seconds left to go in the period. Cook loops up a pass into the far corner. Emily Hart returns Cook a crossover dribble. Passes top of the arc. Bellinier, what a Euro step. Can't finish the layup. Tipped onto the left side of the basket, and it's picked away by Milligan. Clock is now down to 5. Now at 4. Driving the ball up, it's Anderson. Shoots at the buzzer and misses from half court. So after the first quarter of play, Bluefield in a tough one here, but they lead by 3. 15-12 in favor of the Bluefield College Rams going into the second quarter. Ready for the second quarter here in Tennessee. Rams up 15-12. Milligan with the ball going right to left. 15 points for Bluefield, 12 of them scored by Courtney Kendrick, as a layup will fall for Milligan's Emily Kaiser, her first basket of the game. Leading the way for Milligan in that first quarter was Kaylee Gose, who had a couple of baskets. 9:40 left to go in the half. Rams up 15-14 now. It's a 1-point game. Top of the arc, it's Bellinier. Looks for someone to cut down low. Instead, she'll drive left baseline. Bumps into some sort of contact there and missed the layup, so it'll be 15-14. No call there for the officials. Corey Mullen's not excited about that as a pass goes into the left wing for Gose. Entry lob down to Razor, returns Gose. Straight to the ball around. Razor drives in on Kendrick, hooks around with a right hand back iron. Miss, tipped in the air, and a foul is called on Mackenzie Razor to give the ball right back to Bluefield. So the Rams get the ball back, 9:16 and counting left in this first half. Emily Hart running the point for the first time in this game as Sierra Cook finally gets a breather for Bluefield. Lob in the left wing for Danae Cox. Doesn't look at Hart, but passes to her anyway. Drives in onto the right side of the paint, and now in trouble. Has to chuck it into the right corner for Kendall Cloninger. Backs in and underhands it out to her guard, and Danae Cox feeds Hart. Right corner three. It's a bullet, and it goes in. Line drive three for Emily Hart, the native of Independence, Virginia, and now it's 18-14. Another three hit for Bluefield, and the first one from Emily Hart, who missed most of this season so far due to injury, but back in transition. It goes for Emily Kaiser. Just a step back three in the left wing makes it a 1-point game. 18-17 the score. Rams trying to hand Milligan what would only be their second AAC loss of the season. Right-handed dribble, Bellinier passes near corner for Emily Hart, returns near corner for Bellinier. Bellinier storms into the lane, chucks up a layup. It's off the front rim, no good, and tipped out of bounds off the hands of Courtney Kendrick. Milligan's defense has made it tough for the Rams to get stuff done down low, and that was a pattern we saw against St. Andrews. The Rams kind of fell asleep in the second half under the basket. New point guard in, it's Teal Davis, the sophomore from Belton, South Carolina. Goes across that midcourt Milligan logo, which is a big M, and then Milligan in orange letters. Meanwhile, a foul is called on the right wing on Bluefield's Kendall Cloninger. First foul for Cloninger and the first foul for Bluefield in the second quarter with 8:06 left to go in the second quarter. Rams leading by one, it's 18-17. That was Kaiser who leveled a shoulder into Cloninger, and Cloninger must have stepped right into it. Gose lobs to Davis into the left wing and walks over towards the top of the arc. Danae Cox providing the defense on her. Lob into the left block for Kaylee Gose. A bit of a size mismatch on Emily Hart. Passes out to the right wing, trading into the corner. Step back three for Kaiser. Can't get the roll this time, and Danae Cox snares the board for Bluefield. 7:45 left in this second quarter. Danae Cox storms into the right wing, angles her drive inside the paint, spins a pass out right wing. Kendall Cloninger jumps for three and sinks it. Inside-out action for Bluefield, and it's perfectly executed. What an assist for Danae Cox. 21-17 the score. Rams up by 4 with under 7.5 minutes to play in the first half. Pass goes down low from Rebecca Maxwell, and now the chuck-up shot no good for Kaylee Gose. Rams down low playing good defense, and Courtney Kendrick as well as Kira Bellinier. Bounce pass is kicked that time. On its way to Bellinier, went off of the foot of Teal Davis, so the Rams will have an inbounds pass. Tiana Crockett checking into the game, and Emily Hart walks to the bench. 7:12 left to go in this first half. Rams leading by 4. A couple of threes sunk by Bluefield that has put them up in this game. Danae Cox has it at the logo after the inbounds pass from Tiana Crockett. 7:07 left to go in this first half, and a pass into the left wing goes for Kendrick. Tries to get a screen from Cloninger, rolls to the right. Backs in, good defense by Emma Kate Brown. Forces Kendrick to underhand Crockett. Lob down low to Kendrick, and she's fouled on the left block. Good foresight there for Crockett off of the pick and roll to zip the ball down low to Courtney Kendrick, and Kendrick was fouled in the process, so she'll go to the line. Already perfect at the free throw line so far in this game, and with a 4-point lead can add to it here. Benzanese shoots, and it's nothing but net. So now it's 22-17 in favor of Bluefield. 6:55 left to go in this one. Really a good crowd here in a beautiful gym at Steve Lacey Fieldhouse. Kendrick misses her first free throw, pops out on the left side, and rebounded by Milligan's Davis. 6:50 left in the second quarter. Davis jogs the ball up towards this middle of the court and gives it over to Kaiser. Wow, Sierra Cook back into the game, and she almost swatted that one away. Kaylee Ghost, or rather Emma Kate Brown with a chest pass into the corner for Teal Davis. No foul call there as Emma Kate Brown went down. Pass down low to Maxwell, spins, hooks right hand, misses. Rebound for Kendrick. Rams have it back. Left to right they go with Sierra Cook jogging her way up into the front court. Passes top of the key, Kendrick, who zips it over to the right wing. Danae Cox, crossover dribble, forces a pass down low, and it's stolen away by Milligan. Meanwhile, a whistle, and Emma Kate Brown in the stealing process must have put one of her right foot out of bounds into that baseline on the right side of the basket. So the Rams get a fresh shot clock, and it'll be counted as a turnover for Milligan. 22-17 the score. Inbounds pass coming for Sierra Cook. Lobs into the right wing. Danae Cox jumps for three. Can't get the roll as it bounces off of the left side of the rim as well as the window. Rebounded by Emily Kaiser. Here comes Kaiser, a three-point threat. Thought about pulling up from the top of the key. Instead, passes in the corner. Teal Davis. Entry lob, Kaylee Ghost spins her way towards the rim and scores on the layup to make it a three-point game. 22-19 now here in the second quarter. 5:55 left to go. Sierra Cook, who had sprinted the ball up earlier, now takes a little bit more of a relaxed approach. Sierra Cook into the right wing, passes down low, and the ball sails over the head of Haley Turman. The play was drawn up well for Bluefield, but the pass was not executed correctly. 22-19 the score. Rams up by 3. Ball goes across the timeline for Teal Davis. Passes onto the side for Emma Kate Brown. Driving in, and she gets fouled by Tiana Crockett. A bit of a reach there, and it'll be the second foul on Bluefield. 5:34 left to go, and Crockett's first as well. Andy Lamb checks into the game for Milligan. Rams leading by 3. 5:34 left. Entry lob, or rather it's a pass chucked up in the air and caught by Kaylee Ghost at the top of the key. Jogs right wing, picks up her dribble and passes into the right side for Emily Kaiser. Cross-court lob to Teal Davis, goes into the corner, Maxwell. Lob in the left block, here's Kaylee Ghost spinning for a shot, and she is fouled and can't get the roll as the shot barely missed that time. 22-19 and a chance to make it a one-point game with these free throws here from Kaylee Ghost. Rams coming into this one 8-8, 7-5 in the conference. They're trying to get over that 500 mark as the first free throw can't go for Ghosts. Just a 77% free throw shooter. Lexi Weddle checks into the game. Rebecca Maxwell jogs out for Milligan. Trailing by 3, 5:20 left to go in the first half. Flicks the wrist and scores the second of 2 free throws, and now it's a 2-point contest. 22-20 the score, 5:20 left to go. Right on the point for Bluefield, it's Sierra Cook working with Bell Lanier, Turman, Crockett, as well as Danae Cox, who is parked out in that near corner. Cook has it in the left wing, and an offensive foul is called on Bluefield. That's going to be on Crockett. Back-to-back fouls called on Crockett. An offensive foul, her second and a team's fourth. So the next foul will send Milligan to the line for 2. That only elapsed 12 seconds off of the clock, and here comes Emily Hart in for Crockett. Got a quick breather after she hit one of those threes earlier on. Pass inbounds for Teal Davis. Milligan, one of the best teams in the AAC. At the moment, 11-3. All 3 of those losses came in order as Emily Kaiser pulls up from way downtown into the right wing, but it's rebounded by her teammate Weddle. Andy Lamb has it in the near corner. Stutter step, drives in on Cox, hooks up a shot with a right hand and misses. Ball's bouncing around. It's tipped off of the hands of Bell Lanier, who tried to get the defensive rebound, and she thought it might have went off of Kaylee Ghost that time, but instead it will stay with Milligan. Sarah Robinson not on the floor for the Buffaloes despite being the leading scorer. Pass inbounds goes onto the right side for Ghost into the corner and drives out towards the right wing. 4:40 left to go in this first half. Ghost underhands it over to Kaiser, drives further into the right wing. Cook has her hands up on defense, bounces right elbow for Weddle, retreats back out top of the key and feeds it over to the left side for Andy Lamb. Shot clock is down to 11. Andy Lamb goes with a double team, passes into the right block for Ghost and backs it out to Kaiser. Kaiser only has 5 to shoot, has to put it on the deck, passes top of the key, Lamb, 2 to shoot. Lamb lost the ball, but she's fouled before that happened. Bluefield almost forcing the second shot clock violation of the game for Milligan, but instead it goes right back to the Buffaloes, and it will be the team's 5th foul, so that should be free throws. Milligan lining up for an inbounds pass, but it will be 2 shots. That's the first foul on Emily Hart. and a team fifth. So now Andy Lamb goes to the line. 22-20 the score with these two free throws that could tie it up, and Lamb can't do it yet as their free throw is bounced off of the back of the iron. 4:19 left. Lamb bends her knees, 22-20. Second shot goes, makes it 22-21. Once again, a 1-point ball game with the clock running down now at 4:15. Sierra Cook running the point, wearing number 10 in the white jersey, underhands Danae Cox, who one-arms a pass in the left wing, Bellinier. Bellinier is not really a perimeter threat, but now she pulls up from the free throw line. It's too hard and goes off of the right side of the rim. Goes into the backcourt, Danae Cox trying to steal away the pass, goes down to the floor, forces a tie-up, and that will get the ball right back to Bluefield. What an effort played by Danae Cox. If you talk to Corey Mullins, you note that Danae Cox really has improved in the defensive facet of her game. And she shows it there to give Bluefield the ball right back. Inbounds pass goes to Bellinier into the left wing, but an offensive foul is called on Bluefield. Second foul called on Emily Hart. A little too much contact for the officials, and that holds the clock at 3:58 in the first half. Second foul on Emily Hart. Already in the bonus is Milligan. So 22-21. Rams up by one. Hard zip pass to Weddle into the left wing, pressured by Turman. Turns top of the key, Teal Davis. Her pass is tipped and almost intercepted by Bellinier. Gets it back out to Kaiser, who jumps up and scores the triple from the top of the arc. Timeout called. It's 24-22. Rams down by 2 as Milligan takes their first lead of the first half. We'll step aside here. 3:39 left to go in the first half. Rams down by 2. Back into the game we go. Rams down by 2 with 3.5 minutes to play in the first half. Sierra Cook running the point. Milligan taking their first lead of the ball game after Emily Kaiser is able to connect on a 3. Here comes Danae Cox, a Euro step. Tough layup there as it rolls off of that basket. Pulled down by Teal Davis. Here come the Buffaloes. A pass into the corner for Andy Lamb, who returns top of the key, Davis. Around that circle they go. Rams good playing very well in the perimeter as an entry lob is stolen away by Bellinier. Nobody was on the end of that pass from Andy Lamb. Bounce pass into the near corner. Emily Hart doesn't have the angle that she wants, so she dishes it over into the corner further for Turman. Returns right wing, Bellinier. What a spin, can't finish. Ball bounces off the right side of the backboard and off of the right side of the rim as well. Ella Curtis not ready to check into the game for Bluefield. Pass into the right block, going in. It's Davis, and Danae Cox flops back to draw the charge to give Bluefield the ball right back. That'll be the third foul on Milligan in this quarter, and the first foul called on Teal Davis. So Curtis comes in for Bluefield, as well as Courtney Kendrick, Turman, and Bellinier getting a break. Rams are down by 2, 24-22, 2:40 left to go. Rams trying to get a lead at half against one of the best teams in the Appalachian Athletic Conference. Moonshot pass into the left side for Courtney Kendrick. One arms it back towards the top of Key Curtis. Down the arc they go. Danae Cox passes into the left wing, Emily Hart. Rams are just going around the perimeter until now. An entry pass for Courtney Kendrick. Hooks up a shot with her left hand to tie the game with a bounce off of the glass. 24-24 the score. Kendrick is having herself a first half. Meanwhile, Weddle fields into the right side for Davis. The point guard backs out wearing number 1 in the black jersey. Weddle, the forward, not really a perimeter threat as of yet, gets over to the guard and Andy Lamb into the right wing. Drives in on Emily Hart, muscles up a shot, can't get the roll, back iron miss. Rebounded by Maxwell, her stick back can't fall. Rebounded by Danae Cox, and a foul is called on Andy Lamb. Tried to force a turnover there, or rather a tie-up, and instead it'll go right back to Bluefield. So that'll be the fourth foul on Milligan and the first one on Lamb. 24-24, stops the clock at 1:57. Rams ready to take this ball left to right. Kaylee Gose checking into the game. Lexi Weddle will go back in or back to the bench for Milligan. Stops the clock at 1:57. Looks like some man-to-man full court pressure as Cassidy Anderson is matched up with Sierra Cook. Drives near sideline and backs up from Anderson as Sierra Cook is working on the guard for Milligan. Passes Curtis, right wing, lobs top of the key, Emily Hart. On a one-handed dribble, drives up to Danae Cox. Driving in and passes left wing. Courtney Kendrick pulls up for a long two, swirls around and goes in. Takes a 2-point lead for Bluefield. About 3 feet away, that would have been a 3-point lead. 26-24, a minute and a half left to go. Going right to left goes Milligan. Backing into the left wing goes Kaylee Gose. Pressured by Courtney Kendrick, and there's no doubt there. That's a push on Kendrick, who put her hands on the hips of Kaylee Gose. 26-24, stop of the clock at 1:25. First foul called on Kendrick, and it will be 2 shots coming up for Gose. Like we said, scored 24 points against Brunel in that conference victory. Her first shot, nothing but net, 26-25. And the men's game right after this at approximately 5:30. Hopefully our MacBook battery holds out for that one. Second shot, it's good. Gose hits both, and it's tied up 26-26. Milligan able to equalize. Rams trying to go into halftime with the lead with 1:20 left to go here in this first half. Curtis underhands Cox right wing, turns top of the key Cook. Driving right down the middle of the paint, loops it on the left side and had the right idea, but the pass was too high for Courtney Kendrick. Fortunately, that's the second time that's happened to Cook, where she goes out, draws the double team. Kendrick's wide open, or Turman was wide open earlier, and the pass went right over the forwards' heads, respectively. Minute left to go in the first half, 26-26. Wyrick is back into the game, lobs into the left side, Maxwell. Kendrick on her like glue defensively. Pass into the right block, Kaylee Gose, spins left, goes towards the hoop and scores off the glass. Gose had a size mismatch there on Sierra Cook. 45 seconds left to go in the first half. 28-26, Milligan. Rams going right in front of our bench, left to right. Emily Hart gets a screen from Kendrick and a good one. Drives in, blocked on the right, blocked by Kaylee Gose. Rolls out of bounds, and Bluefield will have an inbounds pass with 16 on the shot clock and 33.3 seconds left on the game clock. Sierra Cook loops in into the far corner. Curtis bounces left wing, back for Cook. Now 11 on the shot clock. Cook draws a foul. That's going to be called on Hannah Wyrick, the freshman guard. After the Virginia native picks up the foul, that'll be 2 shots. That's the 5th foul called on Milligan in the second quarter. Stops the clock at 28.4 seconds left to go. So here's Sierra Cook. Trying to tie it up. Her first free throw. Right down the middle, nothing but net. 28-27, Kira Bellinier comes back in for Bluefield. Adds a little bit more height down low for the Rams. On the year, Cook, a 73% free throw shooter. Eyeing the 10 to tie it up, and she does, 28-28. Shot clock is off, 25 seconds and counting. As the point guard, Cassidy Anderson, mans this offense, going right to left for Milligan. 18 seconds, now down to 17 seconds. Anderson's at the top of the arc, drives to the left side, underhands Wyrick, doesn't like her look, goes down the lane on the right side, loops up a layup, it's an air ball, picked away by Kendrick. Shot clock, or rather game clock down at 5. Cox driving in, looking for a buzzer beater layup, yes! As the buzzer sounds, Bluefield takes the 30-28 lead. Great job by Danae Cox going coast to coast for the Rams, and Bluefield will go into the locker room up by 2. We're going to take a break and be right back with a halftime update. You're listening to the Bluefield College Rams on the Rams Digital Sports Network, up by 2 over Milligan. Ready to start the third quarter here in Milligan, Tennessee. Rams are up 30-28 after Danae Cox took the ball coast to coast and scored right at the buzzer. The Rams are led by Courtney Kendrick, who has scored 17 points for Bluefield, 17 of the 30 points right now from the field at this moment, 6 of 8. So now, as we started, Andy Lamb hits a couple of free throws due to a foul on Bluefield. 30-29. Now the score. Milligan starts out with the ball. It's a 1-point lead for the Rams. Into the left wing goes Andy Lamb. Drives in, entry lob in the left block. Kaylee goes as Milligan goes left to right. Goes pressured by Danae Cox and chucks up a tough shot. Good job by Cox on the defensive end there. And the Rams get the ball back down, or rather up by 1 with 9:40 left to go in the third quarter. 1-point lead for Bluefield. It's 30-29. Pass on the left side goes Tiana Crockett. Passes towards the top of the key. Kendrick backs in, loops with the left hand on a spin. No good. Bounces around off of the rim and into the hands of Mackenzie Razor. Rams operating on defense now with Danae Cox, Crockett, Kendrick, as well as Cook and Bellinier. Passes toward the top of the arc for Andy Lamb into the right wing. Dishes top of the key back for Wyrick. Jumps in for the 15-footer. It's too short. Bounces around into the right block, and she followed her own shot. Back into her own corner, though, as passes into the right wing for Razor. Underhands it back for Robinson. Rather, that's Ghost, who lobs it into the left block. Tipped and stolen away by Bluefield. It was picked by Bellinier and then tipped back into Bellinier's hands by Danae Cox. Storms in the lane. What a pass. In the corner, Kendrick for three. Air ball way too hard, and Ghost picked it away. Great idea by Danae Cox, though, going inside out that time. It's 8:45 left to go in the third quarter. Now Rams leading by 1. Still looking for their first basket of the second half. Ghost backs out towards the free throw line. Passes right wing Lamb. And puts it back on the deck on a crossover dribble. Picks up the defense of Courtney Kendrick. Passes it to the right side. Robinson into the game. Driving in and draws a foul on Bellinier. Will not be a shooting foul. It's a reach on the junior for Bluefield. And that'll stop the clock at 8:28.
Feet off over a little bit. Good.
First team foul, second for Bellinier. Rams leading by just 1 point.
Step up, step up, step up, step up, step up.
Here's Robinson looking to throw the ball in off of the right side of the basket. Pump fake and a hard pass on the left side. Wyrick went to the floor and lost the ball. Why it's picked away by Courtney Kendrick. Right to left go the Rams. Here comes Cook, who dishes top of the key. Danae Cox steps into a triple. Back iron miss. A little hard off of the trip. Or off of the rim, I should say. Here comes Wyrick, who drives in onto the right side, passes in the corner, and an entry lob going down for Robinson. And a charge is drawn by Crockett. Third charge drawn by Bluefield as Robinson backed in, couldn't get the basket, and she has yet to score in this ball game. Third personal foul on Sarah Robinson and a first team foul for Milligan in the second half. Should be for the third quarter. 8 o'clock left, or 8 minutes left to go in this third quarter. 8 o'clock reads that scoreboard. Passes into the right side, goes Sierra Cook. Lobs top of the key, Danae Cox. Thought about a three, pump fake instead. Fed it over to Crockett, trading top of the circle for Bellinier. Rams looking for the three as now Kendrick has it in that far corner. Chucks up a long two with the shot clock rolling down, and it is missed. Rebound Lamb. Milligan going left to right, 30-29. The score, Rams up by 1. Wyrick thought about a three in the left wing, drives in, tucks back top of the key, back out for Andy Lamb. Entry lob down to Razor, spins for the shot, and takes the lead off of the left block. It's 31-20, or rather 31-30. 1 point lead. Rams have yet to score in this second half and can't get in the same pattern they did a few nights ago since St. Andrews as Sierra Cook misses a layup on the left block. It's a tough defensive effort that time by Mackenzie Razor. And in the backcourt, Danae Cox is called for a foul. 31-30. That's her third foul, or rather her second. And a second team foul called. A timeout called by Corey Mullins, and the Rams in a bit of a drought here. 2 minutes and 50 seconds elapsed in this third quarter. The Rams have yet to find a shot. It's 31-30 Milligan. Back into the game go the Milligan College Buffaloes. Left to right they go, leading 31-30 with Hannah Wyrick running the point at the time for Milligan. Passes towards the top of the key. Emma Crate Brown chucks up a three and rattles it home. And it's a big three indeed for Milligan. 34-30 they lead against Bluefield. 6:50 left to go. Rams have yet to score here in the third quarter. 3 minutes elapsed as Danae Cox drives in with her left hand, spins, looks for separation, and she's swatted away by Mackenzie Razor, picking it back up for Milligan. Wyrick lobs right wing, Lamb zips it left wing. Now an open three, no good. Rebounded by Bluefield. Anae Simmons into the game, or rather, that's Casey Gordon for Milligan. Bellinier, what a step, left-handed layup, no good, and the woes continue for Bluefield. 34-30 the score. Here comes Emma Kate Brown into the corner for Milligan. Overheads a pass, Wyrick, top of the arc, zips it on the left side for Ghosts, with now 6:07 left to go in the third quarter. Wyrick feeds left wing three. Andy Lamb bounces, can't get the roll, rebound Kendrick. Meanwhile, going to the floor was Mackenzie Razor. Rams moving with slight numbers here as Sierra Cook meanders her way for a pass into the right wing. Danae Cox. Entry lob, Kendrick spins left, off the glass, yes. 34-32, Rams down by 2 now. First basket of the third quarter, and it cuts it down to a one-possession game. Andy Lamb into the right wing. Today Cox has her hands up, forces a pass on the left side. Wyrick thought about shooting. Instead, kicks it down low to Mackenzie Razor. Pressured by Kendrick, loops up a layup. It's no good. Follows her shot, gets the rebound, and is fouled on the putback. That was no good, but she will go to the line for 2. Rams right now at 8-8, 7-5 in the AAC. Milligan, one of the best teams in the AAC at the moment, right now at 11-3, 9-1 in the conference. Their only loss coming to Bryant.
Down the feet now. Down the feet. Good.
Now eyeing the rim, it's Mackenzie Razor. Senior from Shelbyville, Kentucky. Her first free throw bounces around, and unfortunately for Milligan, it pops out on the left side. 34-32 remains the score. Rams up, or rather down by 2 with 5.5 minutes flat left in the third quarter. Eyes the rim, shoots again, no good. Rebounded by Sierra Cook. Here come the Rams. Cook drives down to the left side, kicks it back out top of the key. Kendrick underhands Bellinier, storms in the lane with authority and hits the layup to tie the game. Went on the left side of the paint, great ball movement for Bluefield, and now they have tied it up at 34-34. 5:10 left to go in the third quarter. Maxwell bounces onto the left side. Entry pass down low for Andy Lamb. Jumps in the face of Danae Cox and hits a tough jumper. 36-34. Rams have to dart that ball around, find those great dishes in order to take a lead again. 36-34, Milligan leads. Crockett into the game, goes to the left against the screen. Chest pass left wing to Danae Cox. Eyeing for separation, lobs it down to Courtney Kendrick, and Mackenzie Razor was draped over her back. So that'll be the second foul called on Mackenzie Razor and the second foul called on Milligan in the third quarter. Stop the clock at 4:44, rather that's the third on Razor. So that'll bring in Lexi Weddle for Andy Lamb, as well as Emily Kaiser checking in for Razor. So Sierra Cook will inbound the ball on the left side of the basket. Haley Turman checks in for Courtney Kendrick. And now for Emily Hart, she will replace Tiana Crockett. 34-36, Rams trying to tie it up or take the lead. Cook slaps the ball and loops it out into the left side for Bellinier. In the wing she goes and underhands Cook, top of the circle. Cook calls for a new offense as she dishes onto the right side for Cox and underhands Hart. Hart lifts it back up top for Sierra Cook, drives down the right side of the paint, picks it up at the elbow, and zips top of the key. Bellinier, another layup, and it goes with the foul. Ball movement working for Bluefield again, and the score is tied 36-36, and Bellinier can take the lead for the Rams here. Third foul called on Emma Kate Brown, the sophomore from Cleveland, Tennessee, and that's the second possession where Bellinier muscled her way to the rim on the left side and got it off of the backboard. Takes the lead with a free throw, 37-36. Rams take their first lead since 30-28, starting out here in the second half. Passes on to the right side. Here comes a drive from Emma Kate Brown. Dribbles behind her back and dishes on to the left side, Kaiser. Kaiser pressured by Danae Cox, lobs it down low to Kaylee Ghost, who is fouled in the lane. Rams wanted a walk call there, but instead it'll be a foul call on Emily Hart. That should be her third. Fourth foul called on Bluefield, or or the fifth. So unless they called it a shooting foul, and it will be. So Ghost goes to the line for 2 with a chance to tie it up or take the lead. Can't do either there as she misses that first free throw. Stops the clock at 4:12, 37-36. Rams leading by 1. Ghost flicks the wrist and ties the game, 37-37. 4:10 left to go in the third quarter. On a drive, here comes Cook and underhands Emily Hart, who does have a 3 in the first half. Passes top of the arc, Bellanier, who has been hot as of late. Passes top of the circle, Danae Cox. What a shimmy shake move. Drives in with some contact and lobs into the corner, Emily Hart. Now in a trap, passes right wing over to Danae Cox, drives right baseline, goes into the same exact trap, but this time Milligan won't be able to get a steal as they foul Cox in the process. That'll be their 4th foul of the third quarter. So now the Rams will inbound the ball. It's going to go on Emma Kate Brown. That's her 3rd. A lot of players in foul trouble right now. Looks like Emma Kate Brown will stay on the floor. Rich Aubrey looking on in that white polo from Milligan on the far side. Sierra Cook on the right side of the basket calls for help and lobs it towards the logo for Cox. Cox gets a screen from Turman and drives to the left, straight to the rim. Lost the ball, was not fouled. Passes top of the key, Emily Hart. Hart with 3.5 minutes to go. Passes and is stolen away by Milligan's Kaylee Ghost with a pass intended for Kiera Bellanier. And after Ghost gave it back for Cassidy Anderson, Danae Cox fouled her in the backcourt. So that will put the 5th foul on Bluefield and the 2nd foul on Danae Cox. So that will send her to the line. 3:32 left to go in the third quarter. Tied up 37-37. Kendall Cloninger ready to check into the game. And the first shot won't go for Cassidy Anderson. So now it's still tied 37-37. Another substitute coming in for Milligan. Andy Lamb walks into the game. And now Emma Kate Brown goes to the bench. Rebecca Maxwell checking in as well. Cassidy Anderson eyes to take the lead and misses both free throws as Emily Hart jumps up to clap the ball into her own hands. 3.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Rams all tied up at 37-37. Passes into the corner for Turman, returns top of the key, Emily Hart. Lobs it in the left wing, Bellanier. Rams haven't hit a 3 in a while, but they found some success down low as Sierra Cook drives in, hooks with a right hand, rolls just out. Boy, that was cruel for Bluefield. Andy Lamb, or rather, that will be Emily Kaiser to pull down the defensive board. 3:05 left in the third quarter, still tied at 37-37. Well, that Bluefield defense has been tough today as Andy Lamb kicks it out into the corner for Anderson. Lobs down low to Weddle, spins to the right. No foul called, a block cleanly by Bellanier. A tie-up down low, and possession arrow points the way of the Buffaloes. Shot clock was running down at 9, so the Buffaloes get a bit of a gift there. But still for Bluefield, showing that defensive prowess down low, Bellanier has certainly stepped it up in the third quarter. 37-37, 2:50 left to go before the fourth quarter. Passes into the corner for Kaiser, pulls up, misses the 3. Rebounded by Anderson, kicks it back out for Kaiser. Thought about another 3 from the right wing. Instead, underhands it back up top for Anderson. A lob to Anderson once again. Maxwell on the floor, gave it to her. Andy Lamb, top of the key, passes to Kaiser. Left wing 3 now, yes. Emily Kaiser, another 3 for the guard, makes it 40-37, 2:22 left before the fourth quarter. 40-37 the score. Next foul by Milligan will send the Rams to the line either way. A little bit of energy between both of these teams in this AAC clash. Rams trying to find their 8th AAC win of the year. Bellanier has it at the right elbow, drives to the left, hooks up a layup, count it with a foul. Another and one for the junior from Richmond, and that prompts a fist pump from Corey Mullins himself. Chance to tie the game, it's 40-39. Now Bellanier eyes the rim with her left-handed shot, ties the game, 40-40. Last time the Rams were here, it came down to one of the final possessions, and it looks like if the third quarter was a microcosm of the rest of the game, we might see another classic here in Lacey Fieldhouse. Top of the arc, Weddle overheads a pass over to Kaiser, who kicks it onto that far corner for Anderson, who drives in, floats, and scores right in the paint. Good drive for Anderson. It makes it 42-40. Rams are down by 2, taking the ball right to left with a minute and a half left to go, a minute 35 to be exact. Turman has it in the left wing, kicks top of the key, Bellinier. Rams still working around the perimeter. Good defense by both teams as Turman has it in the far corner, bounces left block. Cloninger lost the ball, goes up for two, and gets it. Got past the defender as Anderson zoomed out of bounds to tie the game. 42-42. Anderson taking the ball up. Has to pass it in the left side. Kaiser jumps for three, misses from way out. Rebound for Andy Lamb and rolls around the layup from the right block. It was an ambitious effort for the guard and Emily Kaiser pulling up from Mars, but then Andy Lamb came in to get the offensive board and the stick back. Under a minute left to play in the third quarter, 53 seconds as Kendall Cloninger has it at the top of the circle. Overheads a pass, tipped in the air, stolen away. Here comes Maxwell, left to right for Milligan. Maxwell bounces right block, Andy Lamb hooks up a shot, with the foul it goes. 46-42 and a chance to make it a 5-point lead. Not a great pass there from Kendall Cloninger led to that defensive effort. Danae Cox as well as Crockett ready to check into the game. 42.3 seconds left to go. Meanwhile, that is the second foul called on Kendall Cloninger. Both teams in the bonus. Andy Lamb completes the old-fashioned three-point play. 47-42, 42.3 seconds left to go in the third. Rams eyeing for Emily Hart to command the offense for Bluefield. Bellinier works with her as well as Turman, Crockett, and Danae Cox, who has it in the corner, fires the three. Back iron miss, rebounded by Milligan. Shot clock is still on. There's about a half a second differential as Andy Lamb kicks far corner over to Emily Kaiser. One arms a pass to Maxwell, loose on the ground, and it's picked up by Maxwell to kick it over to Andy Lamb, who passes to Anderson at the logo. Emily Hart went to the floor to try to fish that one out. Shot clock is still on. Can't be that much of a difference as Anderson passes into the left side for Kaiser. Kaiser drives in, loops it back out. Anderson, 5 seconds now. Anderson floats a pass, and it's stolen by Emily Hart, and that will be it for the third quarter. 47-42 the score. Rams up at a point here in this third quarter, but now they're down by 5 after the late Buffaloes run. 10 more minutes to play for the women's team here at Lacey Fieldhouse. Ten more minutes to play here inside of Lacey Fieldhouse in Milligan, Tennessee. Rams down by 5, 47-42, and Crockett feeds it into Emily Hart in the backcourt, who walks it across the midcourt line. Rams down by 5, looking for another conference win, a crucial one here on the road. As Emily Hart in trouble at the right elbow, has to loop it back out towards the logo for Danae Cox. Hoping for help, drives in inside the rim now and drives towards that 5-footer and misses. Rebounded by Cox. Goes out towards the left wing. Following her own shot, passes towards the top of the arc, and a foul is called on Ghost, who bumped into the intended receiver of that pass, Courtney Kendrick. 9:34 left to go in the game. First foul called of the fourth quarter by either team. And for Ghost, that'll be her first. Inside goes Emily Hart. Drives on that logo and passes right wing. Danae Cox gets a screen from Curtis, pulls up for three, no good. Rebound goes onto the left side. 9:23 left to go, 47-42. Teal Davis taking the ball up for Milligan. This is a very deep team, and a block is called on Danae Cox. It was an entry lob down low to Robinson, tried to back in. Danae Cox did not have her feet set, says the referees. And now it'll be her third foul. First team foul. And Emily Kaiser will pass the ball in on the left side of the basket. Chucks top of the key. Robinson zips down low to Ghost, who returns top of the arc. Kaiser pulls up and rims home another three. That's going to be tough for Bluefield if they can't stop Emily Kaiser coming off of the bench and being able to hit that three ball. It's now 50-42. Rams with a chance to try to come back here going right to left. Emily Hart has it at the top of the perimeter, drives right side of the paint, chucks up a layup, and it's good. 50-44, a 6-point game now. Here comes Andy Lamb, a lob into the left side for Kaiser. Bounces down low for Sarah Robinson, hooks around, found space, and looped up a shot with the right hand and went in. 52-44, back to an 8-point lead for Milligan. 8.5 minutes to play in this one. Both teams with one foul. Danae Cox and company certainly need to start hitting more shots as Crockett pulls up from 17 and hits a long two right in front of the basket. 52-46, back to a 6-point lead. Corey Mullins chanting for his team to play tight defense, as they did for most of the first half. Lob into the left block. Robinson finds an open Teal Davis, pulls up and hits the three. Teal Davis executing inside out. A good dish that time from Sarah Robinson. Hasn't found that scoring role for most of the game. Largest lead of the game for Milligan, though, after the three. 9 points, 55-46. Curtis lobs, and it's picked away. Rams getting sloppy here as Ghost goes left to right. Drives inside the paint, kick out far corner. Davis another three, too short, and a foul is called by Bluefield. That'll go on Courtney Kendrick. So even after the missed three, a timeout called by Corey Mullins. Rams are down by 9. 7:37 left to go in the game, and Bluefield needs a talking to here on the bench. Nine-point lead for Milligan, 55-46, and they have the ball. Entry lob, or rather the inbounds pass, goes to Robinson at the top of the key. Bounces down to the right block, goes, spins to the left, and is fouled after her shot can't fall. Bellanier will be called on that one. That will send Ghost to the line, who scored 24 against Brunel. She won't have that masterful performance in this game, but these free throws could be crucial. Looking for the first double-digit lead of the game for Milligan with 7:31 left to go. Rams need some misses here from Ghost as she flicks the wrist, and it does. It pops out. So the score stays 55-46. Rams have Turman as well as Bellanier down low. Meanwhile, that was the third foul called on Bluefield and the third personal for Bellanier as well. Ghost eyes the rim, shoots, misses both, tipped in the air. Bellanier went off of her hands, went off of the baseline, and it goes to Milligan. Thought it went off of Robinson. And Bellanier just jumped up, couldn't get a clean possession of that ball. 55-46 the score. Passes top of the arc. It's Now Ghost, after the pass from Teal Davis, who is a point guard but has already hit a three in this one, a crucial one at that. 7:20 left to go in the game. Emily Kaiser returns top of the key. Robinson. Bellineer with a hand in her face, forces her to pass on the near corner. Andy Lamb drives right baseline, goes inside out. A three coming, and it's good. They'll call it a three. That time it was from Weddle, or rather Andy Lamb. 58-46, and now a drive for Bellineer. She's fouled in the process. 12-point lead for Milligan. Rams have fallen asleep here in the fourth quarter. I mean, a shooting foul. Bellineer will go to the line for two. Well, she's been pretty consistent at the free throw line today. Second team foul on Milligan. Second team foul called on Ghost as Bellineer hits another free throw. 58-47 the score. Andy Lamb checks off. Out of the game goes Emma Kate Brown. Bellineer loops up his second shot and hits both. That'll put Bluefield back into this game, but it's still a 10-point contest. 58-48, 6:52 left to go in the ball game. Davis hopes for someone to spot her up at the top of the key and finds Anderson. Dangerous pass left wing, but Emma Kate Brown gets it back into her possession. Passes on the left wing for Ghost. Entry lob down on the left block, and a charge is drawn. Sarah Robertson lowered a shoulder, and Tiana Crockett drew one on Sarah Robinson. Third team foul on Milligan, and Robinson certainly is in trouble with fouls. That is her fourth. Mackenzie Razor goes in for the points leader for Milligan this season. 6:39 left to go. Bellineer passes into Emily Hart. Hart pressured by Anderson, going up the floor right to left. It's a 10-point deficit. Dribbles right in front of her own bench and underhands Crockett. Crockett with that big charge drawn. See if she can get something done offensively. Bellineer goes to the left elbow, passes top of the key to Janae Cox, drives onto the right side of the basket, and she's fouled looking for that layup. Ball didn't go up enough, but now Janae Cox will go to the line with a couple of crucial free throws here. That is the fourth foul, rather the second foul called on Davis and the fourth foul called on Milligan as a whole. 58-48 remains the score. 6:20 left in the fourth quarter. And Janae Cox, the senior prolific scorer for Bluefield, gets a chance to cut it down to single digits, and she does as that ball goes straight into the basket. 58-49 now the score. Clock is stopped at 6:20. A couple of substitutes for Bluefield. Turman and Emily Hart go off, and Courtney Kendrick goes back in with Sierra Cook. 58-49. Janae Cox exhales. The senior eyes the rim, shoots her second. It bounces onto the left side. Rebound Davis. 6:20 left to go in this ball game as Mackenzie Razor has that in the logo. Rams trying to get back on defense after a full court press. In the left wing now for Anderson. Passes to Razor, dishes into the corner, lob down low to Ghost. She looked like she walked. It wasn't called there. Took about 3 steps with a football-style handle of the ball, and the Rams get the ball anyway after the layup is missed. Under 6 minutes left to play, down 58-49. Janae Cox at the free throw line. Kicks right wing Bellineer, all alone by herself at the top of the key. This is onto the right wing for Tiana Crockett, drives in. A floater, no good, and it rolls in. Have to correct myself there. Looked like it was bouncing out, but she got a little bit of help from the back iron, and it went in. 58-51 now the score. It's a 7-point lead for Milligan. Davis right in front of her own bench, walks it out towards the right wing. Courtney Kendrick with a size mismatch on the Milligan guard. Shot clock now down to 11. Into the corner goes Razor, drives on to the right baseline, kicks out top of the key. Davis, 5 of the shot clock. Davis drives in, tucks up a layup, back iron, and it goes in. 60-51, a 9-point lead for Milligan. Crockett has it in the right wing. 5:03 left to go in the ball game. Rams trying to make this one a little bit more interesting here as Cook kicks it out to Nate Cox left wing. Cox hoping for a screen. Lobs it over to Kendrick. Underhands it back to Nate Cox. Drives right side and kicks it onto the corner. Driving in, here's Kellyera Bellineer and missed the layup. Bounces around, it doesn't go in. 60-51 the score. 4:43 left to go in the ball game. Anderson taking it left to right for Milligan. Moonshot pass down low, Mackenzie Razor and missed the layup. Good job by Courtney Kendrick, who may have gotten a piece of that ball in the backcourt. Danae Cox jogging the ball right to left. Drives in, left side layup. No rim. Rebound, Mackenzie Razor. Now a bit of a mismatch down low into the backcourt. The ball somehow got out to Teal Davis as Razor hit the floor. Razor took the ball across the timeline and found it back up to Anderson. 4:13 left to go in the game, 60-51 to score. Anderson loops with a left hand, off of the backboard and in. 62-51, 11-point lead for Milligan with 4 minutes left to go. Crockett looking to her coach for a new offense as Sierra Cook has it and spins a pass out into the left side for Courtney Kendrick. Returns top of the key, Bell Lanier, and a quick pass onto the right side for Cook. Her pass tipped in the air to Courtney Kendrick, returns it back out to Cook. The point guard with 10 on the shot clock. Drives out of a double team, feeds Kendrick, corner three. Yes, ma'am. 62-54, 8-point game. Timeout called by Corey Mullins with 3:41 left to go. Welcome back, everybody. Milligan leading 62-54. They have it in the front court now, as now a pass goes towards the top of the key from Emma Kate Brown. Back up to Sarah Robinson. Drives right elbow with 3.5 minutes to play. Bounces down low. Mackenzie Razor walked, and that will definitely be called. It's an offensive foul called on Emily Kaiser. So if you're Milligan there, you would much rather have the walk, or rather that's a foul called on Bluefield. That's going to go on Crockett. Mackenzie Razor, to clarify, missed the layup. Actually hit her shot, so we have to clarify everything that happened. Went in, her shot went in with the foul. Missed the free throw there, so now it's 64-54. 10-point game. Sierra Cook taking the ball right to left. 3:14 left to go. Passes top of the key. Sierra Cook driving on the right side of the paint. Anchors up a layup. No good. Courtney Kendrick in a mismatch for the ball, and it goes out of bounds off of the hands of Mackenzie Razor. So the Rams will get it back. 64-54 the score. Andy Lamb ready to check in. Emma Kate Brown goes to the bench for Milligan. So now for Milligan, their redshirt senior will check in. Sierra Cook on the right side of the basket with a hard pass into the right wing for Danae Cox. Goes to the left off of the screen inside the paint. Jumps for the layup, no good. And it's loose on the ground. Courtney Kendrick picked it back up and rolled it in to make it an 8-point game from the right block. 64-56. Rams down by 8. Full court press and they get out of it. Emily Kaiser, one of those dangerous sharpshooters, bounces into the far corner. Andy Lamb. Kick out far, or now the near corner, Mackenzie Razor. Bounces right block. Robinson powers her way for a shot and misses, but a foul is called on Courtney Kendrick. That's the 5th foul for Bluefield, her 3rd, rather making her 4th. 2:41 left to go in the game. First shot for Robinson, but for Bluefield, that bounced out. 64-56, the score remains. 2:41 left to go. Robinson missed them both. Rebounded by Sierra Cook. Mackenzie Razor went to the floor. Rams moving with numbers. Sierra Cook dishes far corner. Bell Lanier drives right baseline towards the rim. Low step. It's no good. And it's pulled down on the board by Sarah Robinson. 64-56. Still the score. Robinson matched up with Bell Lanier. Drives into the right corner. Picks up her dribble. Overheads a pass into the left wing. Emily Kaiser dribbles onto the baseline. Finds Andy Lamb. Loops it back out. Anderson. Now with 2:15 left to go. 64-56. Kaiser with a corner pass to Robinson. Underhands it down low to Andy Lamb. Hooks her way for a layup, and it's no good. And that's a foul called on Belle Lanier. Luckily for the Rams, it's not going to go on Courtney Kendrick because she already has 4. And for Belle Lanier, that looks like it's her 4th as well. Andy Lamb will shoot 2, and the first one goes in. Nothing but net. 65-56 the score. 2:08 left to go as the second shot goes in. 66-56. Rams have 2 minutes and 8 seconds to come back from this 10-point deficit. Now a roll up for Sierra Cook. She'll pick it up towards the logo as Emily Kaiser was flirting with taking that ball up. 2:03 left to go in this game. Emily Hart back into the contest for Bluefield. Underhands it back to Sierra Cook, who lobs it over to Belle Lanier into the right wing. Spins into the lane and is fouled by Robinson on a layup attempt. And now she'll go to the lane. Or go to the line, rather. 1:55 left to go. 66-56 the score. Now Belle Lanier looks over at her coach, Corey Mullen. 66-56. 1:55 left to go. Belle Lanier has been pretty dependable at the free throw line for Bluefield in this second half. A couple of and ones. She has really been the standout player so far for Bluefield in the second half of play. And her first free throw, as I say that, goes off the front rim, no good. So for Belle Lanier, Bluefield has 10 for her. That's her first free throw miss. Now at 4 of 5. Let's see if she can make it 5 of 6. And she can't. Misses the second. 4 of 6 from the line. Untimely misses for Belle Lanier as it's pulled down by Cassidy Anderson. Rams going on a full court press as that pass is tipped and stolen by Kendrick. Overheads it over to Sierra Cook, going one-on-one to the basket, and she's fouled by Cassidy Anderson. That'll bring her to the line with 1:43 left to go in the game. 66-56. Rams, improbable comeback trying to get there. Meanwhile, should note that Sarah Robinson from Milligan has fouled out as Sierra Cook hits that first free throw to make it a 9-point game, 66-57. 1:43 left to go. Second shot, nothing but net, 66-58. 1:40 left to go. Rams still going with this full court press. Mackenzie Razor bounces back into the backcourt for Andy Lamb, lobs it into the right block to a wide open Ghost, lays it in easily. Ghost makes it 68-58. Once again, a 10-point game with under 1.5 minutes left to play. Belle Lanier drives in on the left side, shoots from the free throw line, ricochets off of the rim and the backboard, rebounded by Razor. Here comes Cassidy Anderson with a 10-point lead. Drives towards the logo, gets across the timeline, loops it into the corner for Kaiser, and now Milligan will try to run the clock down here. 1:08 left to go in this ball game. Pass it to the left wing for Kaiser. Rams led by 2 at half, but Milligan has now scored 40 points in this second half. Kaiser drives in, almost lost the ball, picked it up, spins around, shoots with the shot clock running down, missed it. It was rebounded, but stepped out of bounds by Andy Lamb with 53.9 seconds left to go in the ball game. Kendall Cloninger checks in. Here, Belle Lanier goes off. 68-58 the score. Here comes Sierra Cook. Up the floor she goes, kicks out on the left side. Cloninger has to hang up a 3. Yes, switch, 68, now to 61, a 7-point lead. Rams call a timeout quickly, and we'll take a break with 45.9 seconds left to go. Timeout advances the ball up for Milligan. They lead 68-61. An immediate foul by Emily Hart that'll send Kaiser to the line. Rams need free throw misses, and they need them now. Down by 7, Kendall Cloninger cut into that 10-point lead with a big three-pointer right in front of the Rams bench in the left wing. Emily Kaiser, who has been deadly from beyond the arc today, now goes to the line. Courtney Kendrick about ready to check in. Rams going to need long shots as Emily Kaiser hits the first free throw. Kicks it back up to an 8-point lead, 69-61. Haley Turman checks out.
Hey, block out, White.
Rams need a rebound here. Down by 8 with 44.7 seconds left to go. Now for Kaiser, make that 16 points, 70-61 as she hits both free throws. 9-point lead. Here comes Sierra Cook, drives onto the right wing, dribbles in. Her layup is no good, but she's fouled with 39 seconds flat left to go. Now Sierra Cook will shoot 2. Danae Cox, Courtney Kendrick, as well as Cloninger on the floor, but Niala Curtis and Haley Turman are about ready to come in. Rams need them on defense as Kendrick, as well as Bellinier, will have 4 fouls. First shot goes in for Cook with 39 seconds left to go. 70-62 now the score. 39 seconds left to play in the game. Cook eyes the rim, shoots again, and both free throws sink for Bluefield. 70-63, and now a timeout called by Rich Aubrey. 39 seconds left to go, an 8-point lead for Milligan. Timeout once again advances the ball up for Milligan with 39 seconds left to go. Andy Lamb chucks it towards the midcourt line, and Kaiser is immediately fouled by Kendall Cloninger with 37.1 seconds left to go. Rams are down by 7, 70-63 the score. Courtney Kendrick and Emily Hart back into the game as offensive threats for Bluefield. That's the 3rd foul called on Kendall Cloninger. First shot, nothing but net. Kaiser remains perfect from the line, 71-63. And the men's game right after this, and hopefully our MacBook will hold for the rest of it. Charger misplaced in the trip, so now an 8-point lead. Second shot is good. Making a 9-point lead again, 72-63. 9-point lead for Milligan. Emily Hart goes across the timeline with 33 seconds left to go. Dribbles into the left wing, passes top of the arc. Now a drive in for Sierra Cook. Missed the layup, rebound Cloninger, right back in. Timeout called by Rich Aubrey. Once again, a chance to advance the ball up, and now a 7-point game, 72-65, 26 seconds left to go. Rams will immediately foul again. 26 seconds flat left to go on this one. 72-65. Milligan looking for a pass inbounds. They get it to Kaiser in the corner. And she has been the go-to free throw shooter for Milligan. 24.5 seconds left to go. Foul called on Bluefield, obviously. That's going to be on Haley Turman. And once again, Kendrick and Emily Hart ready to check back into the game. That's the first foul called on Turman. And Bluefield still hopes that Kaiser can miss a couple of free throws here, and she doesn't. Hits that first free throw, 73-65, back up by 8. It's going to be a tough one for Bluefield, barring a miracle here. They will fall to 8-9 and 7-6 in conference. Milligan with their eyes on their 12th win of the year. Second shot doesn't go. Emily Hart rebounds the ball with 21 seconds left to go. Drives up towards the top of the key. Kicks it on the left side. Sierra Cook drives onto the left block and it's fouled again. This has been the longest minute of basketball we have seen all year for the Rams. 73-65, an 8-point game. Curtis and Turman ready to check back in. 15.8 seconds left to go. First shot, no good for Cook. Stays in an 8-point ball game. Turman and Curtis back in for Emily Hart and Kendrick. Point for Bluefield. Those third quarter woes where they slowed down, that's hampered them in the last 2 games. Second shot goes for Cook. Timeout by Milligan, and this charade continues. 73-66 the score, 15.8 seconds left. .8 seconds left to go. 73-66 is the score. Turman immediately fouls Cassidy Anderson. Rams are down by 7 and hoping for a couple of quick misses here to try to send this one into overtime. Kendrick and Emily Hart walking off for the bench. That's what the Rams have done for these past couple of possessions. Rich Aubrey can't have that many more timeouts left as Anderson hits the first free throw anyway. 74-66 the score. 8-point lead. 14.6 seconds left to go.
Hey, Kendall.
Sierra Cook has done a good job for Bluefield as well to drive down and get fouled to send herself to the free throw line.
Here we go. Who's got the ball out? Him.
Now look for Anderson. First free throw, nothing but net, or rather second free throw, and hits both. 75-66, a 9-point game. Here comes Cook with 11 seconds left. Drives into the side and dribbles up to Courtney Kendrick. Misses the left wing 3. Rebounded by Cox, and she stepped out of bounds with 5.2 seconds left to go. And Corey Mullins is calling off the fouls. This will be a win for Milligan. 75-66. They'll pressure the inbounds pass either way. 75-66, and Goose throws it into Razor, gives it to Andy Lamb, and that will be the ball game. Milligan wins this one 75-66 to improve to 12-3 on the year, and 10-1 in the AAC. Rams fall to 8-9, now losers of 2 in a row, 7-6 in the conference. We'll step aside and be right back in around 20 minutes for the start of the men's game, but for the women's game, that is it here in Lacey Fieldhouse. 75-66, Milligan triumphs over Bluefield.